Alrighty, welcome. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly how big of an opportunity it is right now for businesses to generate more sales opportunities without spending more money on ads or wasting their sales team's time chasing unmotivated, unqualified prospects. Now, if we just look at the data, the global advertising spend is increasing every single year. You pair that with more businesses being registered on a day-to-day basis, and what does that equal? It equals a shoulder-to-shoulder race for the attention and the eyeballs of the consumer. And the person or the business that can pay the most for the eyeballs will win. Now, what does this mean? It means that the cost to acquire new customers only goes up. It only goes one way. So how do you counteract that? Well, you can either A, go shoulder to shoulder in that race to lower profits. If your cost to acquire customers goes up, by default it means your profit margins go down if you don't change anything else about your product or your service. You sell it for the same price, it costs the same amount of money to fulfill or to create, it means you're getting less profit. So you're in two scenarios here. You've got two different options. Number one, you keep competing for the fresh eyeballs and you pay more and more money for the attention, and all of your competitors and their dogs are trying to compete for that attention, leading you to lower and lower profits, going down to zero. It's a race to the bottom. Or number two, you can play a different game altogether. You can pivot and play a game that you can win. A complete blue ocean. Now, what's that blue ocean? Well, it's generating new sales opportunities from leads that you've already paid for. Whether that's old leads that never ever converted and have been sitting in a database for years. Maybe they're old leads that your team just can't get a hold of. They opted in, maybe they gave you their information, but they haven't ever answered the phone. Or existing customers that you can upsell and cross-sell to generate more sales for your business. So how do you do it? Well, it's very simple. Use SMS to start a conversation with the customer. Why SMS? Because it's the least invasive, highest returning and replying mode of communication by far. 98% of SMS messages are opened within the first 5 minutes. Think about it. You feel a buzz in your pocket, or you hear that ringtone. What do? You pull your phone out and you take a look. Of course you do. Everybody does that. So use it to your advantage. Number two, people don't like confrontation. Consumer behavior has changed. With the waterfall of advertising and the mountain of spam calls and spam emails going around, people are scared. People don't want to be scammed. So they'd prefer to just not reply to the communication. So how do we counteract that? Well, we need to have a human connection with the customer so they know it's not a scam. So we use SMS to start the conversation, and then we continue the conversation and actually try and help the customer. You need to understand the psychology of buying decisions to know how to convert customers. And of course, you need to qualify them as well. You don't want to be wasting your time or their time. Now, what has AI got to do with all of this? Well, with the introduction of AI, it just makes the salesperson better. You're never going to be able to replace the salesperson from the sales process. However, you can make them more efficient and more profitable exponentially with the power of AI. Prospecting, qualifying, organizing data, reaching out to customers, following up, personalization, the list goes on. If you are not using AI in your business right now, your competitors will, if they're not already, and you will lose out. Let me ask you a question. If you're the top salesperson in your company, or you have a top salesperson that just is incredible and brings in so much revenue for your business, how can you compare them to AI who can communicate to thousands of customers at once and to do it efficiently, properly, and profitably. They don't take sick days. They don't want pay rises. They don't feel like they don't want to do the job today. It is incredible what can be used in sales right now in terms of AI. And if you're not using it, you need to be on it now. So, how do we use AI? We build custom AI bots trained within the business like the top salesman in the company. And we use those bots to communicate to the customer via SMS because it's the best method of communication right now. We get between 40 to 60% reply rates. Reply rates. That's right. Think about how many times you call customers and they don't answer. Now, what happens in the conversation? The AI is trained to qualify interest, provide value, and answer any questions or objections that the customer has. Lead the customer to an objective. What's the call to action? Well, do you want to book a call with an advisor? Do you want to request a callback with an expert to discuss the product or service? Or do you want the customer to just click a link and check out a website or maybe some information? Now, what does this process do? Well, it removes the manual prospecting and all of the effort and labor to get a prospect who's qualified and interested on the phone in front of you for you to be able to help them and, of course, sell to them. I strongly urge you to do whatever you can, hire whoever you need to learn about AI and implement systems to help you sell more. Because if you don't, as I said before, your competitors, if they haven't now, they will. And do you want to compete in a blue ocean, or do you want to compete in a shark-infested water that's bloody red with competition? That's up to you.